Alright, looks like we're live. So hello everybody and welcome back to some more Danganronpa. Last time we finished up chapter 4, in which it was deemed that Sakura killed herself. Basically to stop everyone else from killing each other.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Oh yeah, and this also got revealed.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Kyoko told me to watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we would be faced with another murder. I'm playing Danganronpa? I just updated the information a second ago? I mean, I hit the button, should be saying Danganronpa. 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself. I don't get this chapter's name. 100 Mile Dash Pain of a Junk Food Junkie, the hell? What does that have to do with anything? In the morning the day after Sakura's class trial, that morning in the dining hall. So let's begin the usual post-trial investigation. Hey, didn't make small talk or anything. We never get straight to the point like that. If you want to keep up with me, you must refrain from pointless small talk. Jeez, how high is that horse of yours?
Well?
He just acts like that to hide his own insecurities. That's what I like to think anyway. Regardless, if you want to defeat the mastermind, you need to follow my lead. Yeah, it's because you've been such a stand-up job of doing that lately. You creep around the school like a mouse, but the mastermind's pride is as bloated as a cow's udder.
In the name of my family.
Have you refreshed the page? Because, I mean, sometimes you have to do that before it'll actually say something different. I mean, I hit the update information button, so... no matter what it takes, I will rid this world of them.
Huh?
Hey, Toka, you've been pretty quiet. Man, you're so bored now. Just sit there like a mushroom. Gonna start calling you Miss Mushroom.
What's your
She
deal?
didn't snap back at you? What the heck? I refreshed and apparently that didn't update it. What? Oh god, what are you doing? Which... hold on, let me retry this. Apparently I need to make changes to this because I don't know why it didn't update. I gotta try it again. Because I don't know what else to do outside of just keep hitting that update information button. Anyway, back to the game. She didn't snap back at you. Her talking makes things difficult, so I told her not to open her mouth without permission. What? But she can't open her mouth, she can't eat or drink water. I don't care. Are you okay with that, Toko? Jeez, how low is that rock you're hiding under?
Whew.
I believe this is the small talk Byakuya warned us against.
Come on.
And yet, I let myself get involved. But it is now finished. I will never allow you to drag me down to your level again.
Let's go.
Really? Hate it when that happens. We're going to begin our search. Stop running your mouths and start moving your legs. Pressured by an obviously irritated Byakuya, we all started our exploration. See, I think it's faster if we just go here. There we go. So here I am on the 5th floor of Hope's Peak Academy. The 5th floor has been opened up to us. It's totally different from all the floors we've seen up till now. For some reason it feels unpleasant. How it works? What the hell? Nighttime Seeker's toe more stomps up. He's so dirty, but okay then. Get through if you can't wait up. I'm gonna punish you. Gross. Monaco must be really bored to make all these chalkboard drawings. Does she want to talk to me about something? Toka, what's wrong? Is she trying to say something? I think she's almost just a little more and I might get it. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what it is you're trying to tell me. You just let her shoulders drop. She looks so sad, I guess she gave up. Oh, don't see anything else in this room. Why am I having weird bits of lag here? This floor feels different compared to all the others. I'm not sure what it is. Is there some reason for that? And I hope it's not anything too creepy. I wonder. Hold on a second. Now it's moving a bit smoother, and oh my! What the hell is this? The grotesque horror of the room struck me hard and fast. What I saw was bad enough, but what I smelled... Well, I think if my game itself was lagging, that means it's on my end, not Twitch. It was sour, pungent, and possibly rank. It smells awful, doesn't it? It must be at least vaguely familiar to you. After all, you've been around your fair share of corpses. Hello, Kiva. Decided to join us, apparently. Are you saying? It's the smell of death, that flesh and fat and blood. There's no surprise in his voice, no shock, but he was right. I had experienced the smell more than once before. It's the smell of death and despair. The smell here is strong, condensed, the smell of the battlefield. Monokuma must have... What? My fault again? Stop trying to blame everything on me. If you hadn't done what you did, this never would have happened. No, it's quite the opposite. The opposite? Yep, let me give you an itty bitty easy squeegee little hint. As far as this room goes, I don't know a thing. I just left it exactly how I found it. What? How's that for a hint? Better than those stupid hints you get from NPCs in those mean old RPGs. That's pretty scary, huh? Blood all over the walls and junk. Of course, even in the outside world, people die bloody, gruesome deaths every day. So it's not really a big deal. Just keep your chin up and keep on living, soldier. What's he talking about? He just left it the way he found it? What's the meaning of all this? White chalk outlines drawn all over the floor. How many bodies were there? I've seen this kind of thing on detective shows and stuff like that. You always see it at the scene of a murder. Best I could say I don't believe it. There's blood all over the place. I want to shut my eyes forever against such a ghastly sight. It appears all the bloodstains are dry, but their colors change as well. I think it's safe to assume these stains are considerably old. This is all really blood? Of course I wouldn't find it interesting otherwise. And it is interesting, I assure you. What on earth happened in this classroom? It's like he's enjoying himself. No way can I keep up with something like that. Oh, it's just the door to get out. I don't think there's anything else for us to examine outside of talking to Byakuya. I'm Byakuya, about what Monokuma just told us. It's like I'm not even here. He must be lost in thought. Is he really thinking that hard, or is he just flat out ignoring me? Bit from column A, bit from column B. It's locked. We came all this way just to be denied here. The sign in the hall says Biolab. A biolab that we're forbidden from seeing into. It kind of sounds like something out of an old cheesy horror movie. Yes, if we got in there, we'd find a bunch of tubes and stuff with horrible experiments inside of them, just waiting to break out and kill us all. What Kyoko told me yesterday, what the heck did it mean?
Mikuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
I am not, in fact, playing this
The
blind.
one they call the ultimate despair.
I played through this
Watch
game
out for
multiple
her.
times. Kyoko? I'm not gonna say anything. Huh? I can't say anything. Kyoko narrowed her eyes. Her gaze darted up to the surveillance camera.
Hey.
You understand why, right? She was trying to tell me that whatever it was important. The mastermind couldn't find out. Yes, I know it's in the bio room. But it's no fun to just talk like I know everything. Sometimes you gotta spice it up by acting clueless. How did Kyoko get her hands on information that could be that important?
So then,
We're finished here. She made it very clear that our conversation had come to an end. Just like usual, I didn't understand anything any better than before. Can't remember if we're supposed to... bunch of wooden lockers in here. The wooden lockers and keys remind me of super old school public bathhouses. Straw post used for sword practice. Do they use it for training here too? Target seems pretty far away. Gotta say, pretty proud of my eyesight. Oh, you wouldn't be worth that much as a... Okay. Suit of armor is on display. It's extremely Japanese. You think that could be said of... Oh, wait. Apparently I haven't seen everything here. I was told it closed. There's a cherry tree planted here and it's in full bloom.
hey,
It's quite elegant. This is what you consider elegant?
indeed.
I lived overseas for a long time, so this kind of Japanese-style scenery is refreshing. But considering our situation, isn't it kind of out of place? Okay, apparently I needed to look at the trees before we could leave there. Well then. First I thought I saw blue sky, but it turns out they just painted the walls and the ceiling.
You know?
Oh, but these plants are real. It's been a while since I've smelled vegetation. It helps me relax.
What the heck?
That's not what you're thinking, is it? Huh? Why is that bad? Don't you get it? Don't you realize the true horror of plant life? It's there, just beneath the surface, beneath their calm exterior. They're always watching and waiting. And when they decide they can't leave us in charge of Earth anymore,
The
they'll
end
put
is
their
nigh.
plan for global human extinction into action! Well, someone saw that happening.
Well,
I'm serious. Here. What we call this was important. There's some kind of control panel set near the wall. Control the air conditioning or something? It's for the sprinklers. Sprinklers? Yeah, it controls the sprinklers in the garden. Sprinklers said to go off every morning at 7:30. Don't you dare change it without permission. Of course, the setting panel's locked, so you couldn't change it if you wanted to. Does that mean the sprinklers go off at 7:30 a.m. every morning? Yep, you got it. Super user-friendly, which sucks. So if you get here too early, you'll get drenched, so watch yourself. But you're not a little kid, right? You're too old to go running through sprinklers anyway. Maybe you have some kind of water fetish. I'm gonna tell everyone. Is this a chicken coop? What's a chicken coop doing here? This place even has chickens, huh? They're just regular chickens, right? Like, they don't need people or lay bombs instead of eggs or something crazy like that. Seems safe. It's a chicken. It's really alive, right? There's no mistake. Apparently we can examine all of the chickens. Doesn't have like a second form. This isn't even my final chicken. Really is, right? Like, I can say that for sure. Oh, Makoto. It's not expected to be fed like humans, is it? It's almost like Makoto's expecting them to start attacking him like in Legend of Zelda. I could, like, lay a bomb, is it? Oh, you like chickens too, Makoto? Yeah, I love these little guys. They're seriously cute, right? There's exactly 5 of them here. Exactly? 5. You know, the number that comes after 4 and before 6? At least in terms of natural numbers. Anyway, whenever the number 5 pops up, that's a good omen. It contains the mysteries of the cosmos.
I'm at least 30%
It's a number of
right.
power, and a refreshing number on par with hand-squeezed old natural lemonade. You never let me get a word in edgewise. I might as well take a look at the giant plant in the middle of the room. What is this? This thing is super weird, super creepy. Flowers aren't supposed to get this big. Is this thing real?
Watch out! Watch out! That's a Monokuma flower. I came up with the name myself. Try and touch it and yearn for real excitement. Your heart will go like, whoa, and the plant's all like, snap, and your flesh is like, oh, blug, I'm dead.
In other words, it's a monstrosity.
It's pretty freaking amazing if I do say so myself. A student in Hope's Peak added improvement after improvement and created this miracle creature. The ultimate botanist, although they don't go here anymore, they died during the tragedy. By the way, despite how it looks, the flower is super practical. They can eat paper, plastic, even people, so it's totally good for the environment. Such an eco-friendly creation is vital for the future growth of healthy society. Not that I know anything about that myself.
Any more and more nonsense, Monokuma eventually disappeared. Whatever it is, I better keep my distance. Okay, that wasn't expecting to get a coin from that. Let's be sure I should take a look in that tool shed. It seems totally disorganized, from a lawnmower to fertilizer, flower pots to pots of farm tools. Leaning against the back wall. Is that a pickaxe? Well, I guess we're supposed to check that pickaxe out. Huh? There's something carved in the handle of this pickaxe. Crazy diamond? I like I remember seeing that somewhere. Well, that is what was written on Mondo's back whenever you saw it. Admittedly in Japanese whenever we get to see it, but still. There's a lawnmower here. Even with this here, who's actually going to take care of the lawn? So many flower pots. Big ones, little ones, any size you might need. Maybe I'll grow some flowers to put in my room. Different kinds of gardening tools here. Are they trying to get us to become self-sufficient? And one last thing to check out. Bags of fertilizer piled up. There's so many different kinds to choose from. I'm pretty sure that's it. And yep, guess we're done here. I've seen what there is to see up here for now. Whoop. I accidentally knocked over my water bottle. Oh, once again, nothing I found seems to make any real sense. I need to head back to the dining hall and find out what the others turned up. Pretty much exactly what we turned up. One after another, everyone made their way to the dining hall. For too long, here, everyone has returned. But still, it's just 6 of us. That's barely enough for a decent volleyball team.
Just a second.
Hey, don't be a sourpuss. We gotta think positive. Besides, even if one more person dies, we can still field a basketball team.
That's like reverse positive thinking.
Anyway, there's no time to be depressed. For the sake of everyone we've lost, we need to do our best.
Can we stop all this group hug nonsense? We need to find out what everyone discovered. Well, we started with our curse on Kyoko. My concern is with the bio lab. That was the only place on the 5th floor that we couldn't access.
Bio lab, huh? I wonder what's in there.
Could it be?
This were like a cliche horror game, be some kind of creature, the final boss or tyrant or... Hey, there's our Resident Evil reference.
But
You're not in a horror game, though.
Either way, we don't need to worry about it at the moment. Don't bother thinking about something that can't be understood no matter how much you think about it. Your tiny brains can only do so much, so focus on utilizing them efficiently. I
well,
don't really like how you said it, but what you said is probably right.
What?
No, how I said it is right too. Oh, Byakuya, you're such an ass.
yeah.
Checked all the windows on the 5th floor, front to back. That used to be Sakura's job, but... Anyway, no dice, just, there were metal plates on all the windows just like everywhere else.
Correct.
Which means no chance of escape on the 5th floor either.
So,
When I was looking around, I realized something about the layout of the school. For
exactly did you notice about the layout of the school?
Just a second.
You took a good look around the 5th floor yourself, didn't you, Makoto? Huh? Why did you ask?
So then,
Because if you did, you must have noticed the 5th floor is lacking something every other floor has. Something on all the other floors, but not on the 5th floor? Are you talking about stairs? There aren't any stairs leading up from the 5th floor. That's what you're talking about, right? Does that mean the 5th floor is the end?
correct.
We're finally starting to get a clear picture of the school. All that's left now is to solve the underlying mystery. That's the hardest part.
Okay.
Even if it's hard, we still gotta do it. Yeah, Hina's right. Everything will be okay as long as we work together. I'm sure we'll make it out of this. No, not I'm sure we absolutely will make it out no matter what it takes.
And Toko is still dotting.
Hey, Byakuya, it seems like Toko wants to say something.
What?
So why are you telling me? Because you told her to zip it or whatever. I'd forgotten about that. Jesus, man, I know you like torturing her, but come on!
Well, Toko, if you want to envelop us all in your putrid breath, I won't stop you. You honor me, Master. And don't worry, I took care of the odor problem.
Seriously, you're just gonna take it?
Shut up and don't interrupt when Master V are talking. Okay, so what does he want to tell us? Well, I was in the classroom on the 5th floor and something caught my attention. It was this.
A knife?
Oh, that thing is huge. It's like Rambo-sized.
What?
It's a survival knife of some type.
What was it doing in a classroom?
Well,
How would I know?
What are you gonna use that knife for? What are you planning to do to us?
I'm not gonna do anything. I just picked it up. I don't want to leave the knife just laying around.
How about
I'd rather
that?
have it laying around in the hands of a serial killer.
Don't compare me to her. I'm nothing like her. Listen, more importantly, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it?
You know?
We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do.
what's
I
your
don't
problem?
want it anyway. It's too dangerous. So what to do?
So then,
Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh, me?
Oh yeah, I totally trust Makoto to take care of it.
Okay.
That's that. Hold on, don't I get a say?
It's all clear now.
It just shows how much they trust you. You should do as they ask.
Are you sure it's trust? I feel like they're just using me. Okay, so here you are, Makoto. Acting like I already said yes. Fine. I guess there's nothing I can do. I'll just keep it in my desk drawer for now. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Oh, the true ending, of course. It's not exactly like the other ending is really that big of a deal. Hey, Toko.
Do I still have bad breath? Sorry. I'm sorry, it stinks. I'm sorry, it stinks. I'm sorry.
That's
You made a
fine.
valuable discovery. Good job.
Huh? Did Master just praise me? Hey, good for you. I'm dreaming. I must be dreaming. That I would ever experience such a dream. I feel so strange. It's so strange, really strange. Oh no.
Whenever I look at Toko these days, it makes me feel sad. There we go.
You know?
Well, there's a big garden up on the 5th floor, and I found more than one thing to be worried about. A stupidly large plant, a chicken coop, I know what you're gonna say, but a tool shed. I guess we'll just take it from the top. Monokuma said that was called a Monokuma flower. Even touching it seems dangerous, so we have to be careful.
For
It's totally a man-eating plant. I'm pretty sure it's different from the one that lives in the pipe, though. Well, unfortunately, we don't have a certain red-dressed plumber to take care of it. Anyway, that thing's must benefit from the sprinkler system as much as anything else in there. Oh yeah, apparently the sprinklers come on every morning at 7:30 on the dot. Yeah, remember that. You don't want to get drenched and catch a cold.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to worry. They say idiots never catch colds, you know.
Of course not, because idiots never get wet. Wait, what? I think you're thinking of ducks. I'm starting to worry about you, Hero. Can you tell us what 10 plus 10 is? Hey, come on! You don't always have to call me dumb. I may have been held back 3 times, but that doesn't make me stupid. Well, Natsu does have fire powers. I'm pretty sure he can imitate Mario pretty well. And if it'll make you happy, I'll answer your dumb question. So, what was the question again? Don't worry, you just answered it.
You know?
It's a bunch of chickens in the chicken coop, right? That's right, 5 chickens! Oh. Sorry, I had to go for the Sesame Street reference there.
I love chickens! Let's raise them big and fat, then we can make fried chicken. Oh, or barbecue. Decisions. Oh, or how about raw? Because there's nothing fresher than raw, right?
I'm pretty sure that'd kill ya. Good old salmonella. Oh wait, we do have to talk to Yasuhiro one more time.
You know?
That's how I count Dracula. It's the count. We gotta go to the tool. There we go. Go to the tool shed now. You notice it too, huh? That pickaxe.
What?
What about the pickaxe? Well, there was a pickaxe in the tool shed. And that words crazy diamond have been carved into the handle. Haven't we seen that phrase somewhere before? Crazy diamond. Yeah, that does sound kind of familiar, I think.
It's true.
I don't just think, I know. We've definitely seen that phrase before. Huh? Where? Oh, that's it, I remember. Oh, it was translated into English for our version, I guess. It was on Mondo's uniform on the back of his jacket. The jacket said the same thing, right? Crazy diamond. In the original Japanese, it was actually the diamond part was actually made by combining 2 parts of, well, Mondo and his brother Daya's name. So Daya Mondo, basically. Jackie said the same thing, right? Crazy diamond.
I see.
You're absolutely right. Well, why would that be on a pickaxe in the garden?
Could it be?
Mondo must have snuck in there and done it, right?
Not
But we didn't
possible.
have access to the garden until today.
That's right.
And maybe Mondo brought it with him when he first came here and Hanakuma confiscated it?
Whatever the reason, that's what stuck out to me in the tool shed, the pickaxe connected to Mondo. Well, what stuck out to me wasn't the pickaxe at all. Huh? Then what did? What I noticed was the lawnmower. I'm thinking maybe we could use it to call for help.
How are you gonna call for help with a lawnmower?
I don't know, maybe we can use it to make crop circles or something. Yeah, that's it, I'm gonna make crop circles. Yes, because that's totally something you can do in an enclosed interior space.
Well,
We can use those to call for help.
What the heck's happened to you? You weren't like this in the beginning, you know.
you know?
Well, back then my personality hadn't quite solidified yet.
I didn't think it was possible, but I'm more disappointed in you now than I've ever been.
Okay, now, last and least, we got Byakuya. By the way, did any of you find it? The other strange room on the 5th floor. Well, no, strange is a massive understatement. Smell of flesh and fat and blood. White outlines of countless corpses. It was more dreadful than anything I've encountered here so far. What the hell are you talking about? The smell itself was horrific, far beyond any normal murder scene. Everybody smelled concentrated.
Huh?
God, I'm glad I didn't see it. I feel like I'm gonna barf just hearing you describe it.
But I
But
mean, what the hell happened in that room?
so in
I can
other
only
words,
think of one thing. A large group of people died right there in that room. A bunch of people were killed in there?
Stop, seriously, I'm gonna throw up.
It can't
Perhaps
be.
that's what was meant by the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Because in all the tragedies of humankind, killing in a school is the worst of it all. I mean, it is still bad, but still. We're thinking the same thing then. My theory is the mass murder that took place in that room is the incident said to have happened 1 year ago. The awful scene in that room, that was the tragedy that happened a year ago?
In other words,
Precisely. The tragedy is another name for the genocide of the student body of Hope's Peak Academy. Yes, Yasuhiro is an idiot. If that's true, then that would explain why Hope's Peak was forced to close its doors. And he gets it all makes sense, but it's all just so awful. Not just awful, super awfully awful. Right, it's beyond awful. It's terrible, tragic, hopeless, but still. How is it not one of us ever heard about something like that happening? Does that mean they really did cover it up? Well, I think that's all the new information we have for now.
yo!
So, now what do we do? Well, starting today, you're all under my command, but before we proceed, I need to figure something out.
No
Jeez,
way!
how cocky can you get? You're gonna buzz through the ceiling if your head gets any bigger. So, what is it you want to figure out? Kyoko's identity. Huh?
Well,
Kyoko's identity? But Kyoko's Kyoko, right? Yes, but who is she? The rest of us have a clear, definable reason for having been selected to attend Hope's Peak Academy. Ina's the ultimate swimming pro, Hiro's the ultimate clairvoyant, even Makoto's the ultimate lucky student. More unlucky than lucky these days, but... So what about Kyoko? Can anyone tell me what she is? Now you mention it, she never told us. Oh, Kyoko doesn't really like talking about herself anyway, right? It's not a matter of what she likes or doesn't like, this is a matter of trust. Can you trust someone who's unwilling to reveal their true identity? We need to avoid raising any more unnecessary suspicion, so Kyoko, it's time you told us. I can't. What? Why won't you tell us?
Wrong.
I didn't say I won't. I said I can't.
What the heck?
What do you mean?
So,
Because I don't remember. What? I have no memory of what I am. Have no memory, you mean? Amnesia?
What?
If I thought you had a sense of humor, I'd say you were joking, but if this is a joke, I'm not laughing.
this is very
You can't be
suspicious.
serious right now, can you?
whew,
I knew you wouldn't believe me, that's why I didn't say anything. It doesn't matter. Either way, the truth will make itself clear before we're done.
What?
If you have no intention of telling us, then I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
hey,
What are you gonna do? Torture me? Nothing so barbaric as that.
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity. What are my options?
Just give
Give
up.
me the key to your room. If she gives you a room key, she can't go to sleep in her room. She'll be breaking a school regulation. If she doesn't want that, she'll talk. It's easy. All she has to do is tell us about herself. Just hold on. A threat like that?
that's
Fine,
fine.
I understand. Good, you're finally in the mood for conversations. Without saying a word, Kyoko walked right up to Byakuya and held out her room key to him.
It can't be.
Damn fool, why do you refuse to talk?
Because
Whether I want to or not, I can't. All I can do is keep telling you that. Maybe she really did lose her memory. If you really think about it, it doesn't sound totally impossible. This is the worst school ever, but only the worst stuff happens, right? Amnesia would fit right in.
however,
For a school where only the worst things happen. You really mean that? Huh? Can you
hey,
really be sure life here has been filled with only the worst things? What do you mean? Perhaps I've said too much. Vega then turned her back on us and without a word began to walk away.
Come
Where do you
on.
think you're going?
goodbye.
Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything to harm any of you. Those were her last words as she left. Kyoko's last words. The dining hall was silent. The only sound was the door opening and closing as Kyoko left the room.
What the heck?
What's her deal? I
But
think you went too far taking a room key like that. For her, that wasn't far enough. Maybe she gets off on the attention. I can't believe her. Enjoy getting yelled at. You're getting noisy again, Toko.
Come
I
on.
can still hear you, the sound of your breathing, of your heartbeat. It grates on me. You're telling her to die? I mean, I know how you feel, but... What's Kyoko gonna do now? Plus the situation just like before. It's no different from when everyone started accusing Sakura. And I'm no different either. Still can't stop anyone. Ah! What the hell? Why are you yelling all of a sudden? Because
I
look!
mean-
It's you! How long have you been standing there? Yes, yes she does.
I'm very, very angry!
Angry at what?
At that thief, yes, that's right. I'm very sad to tell you, but there's a thief in your midst.
What?
My precious, they stole it!
You're precious?
Your teacher had such faith in you. And this is how you repay me? With betrayal?
Reality's filled with so much hardship, is it? No wonder people run away into their fantasies.
Kyoko is the ultimate thief.
What the heck is your precious? Shut up, I hope all of you get stuck in a hiring freeze and die penniless on the street.
What the heck?
And he's gone. What the heck was that all about?
Said something about his precious getting stolen. Does anyone have any idea what that might mean?
It's likely it has something to do with Kyoko. Huh? Who else other than her would be willing and able to steal something from Monokuma? Did Kyoko really steal something from Monokuma? But if that's true, what was it? Why would she do that?
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 as such.
That's the usual
Okay,
nighttime
then.
announcement.
Sweet.
We need to get out of here.
You know?
We can talk about this tomorrow and about Kyoko. However, what just happened with Monokuma and Kyoko? I feel like there's something in the air. I would suggest you take extra precautions tonight. Stay in your room. Don't go wandering around.
Well,
Not like we need you to tell us that.
Goodbye.
Well, then let's disperse. I'll see you tomorrow. Following his lead, each of us went back to our rooms. Alright, I need to put this knife that I got from Toko. I think the safest place for it would be in my desk drawer. But anyway, is Kyoko really gonna be okay? Can't get into her room, what's she gonna do? Isn't there something I can do? Something I can... Oh. All of the dot dots. As I open my eyes, I realize I've fallen asleep without realizing it, but more important, did I hear the doorbell? Kyoko?
Hey,
I'll be waiting for you in the dressing room. See you there. Wait, Kyoko! Without acknowledging me, Kyoko disappeared into the depths of the darkened hallway. I know we're not supposed to go out during nighttime, but I can't just not go.
hey,
Sorry for asking you to meet with me so late. It's okay, I'm used to
Correct.
it. Indeed.
so
Well then,
then,
let me get straight to the point. It's nothing you can't talk about in front of the surveillance cameras, right? So does that mean... Does it have something to do with whatever it was you stole from Monokuma? Monokuma told us earlier that someone had stolen something from him. Was it you?
indeed.
That's right. So I was right, but what did you steal?
So-
I stole this. Key? Well, looking at it, I could tell it wasn't just any key. Shaped like Monokuma, it's probably the only key of its kind on Earth. Where did you get this?
So,
From the headmaster's room. What? You snuck into the headmaster's room, but wasn't it locked?
However-
The lock was broken. What?
correct.
It was Sakura. She did it for us. She did?
Remember
Indeed.
what she said in her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. Sakura broke into the headmaster's room for us?
That's right.
That's right, so that we could uncover whatever secrets may lay hidden within. She did that for us. Violate the school rules to help us. She had already decided to die, so her last act was to defy the rules of this place.
Indeed.
I noticed the room was open after the class trial was over yesterday. But if I just strolled into the room, Monokuma would have noticed right away, which is why I used you as a decoy. So you asked me to meet you at the data center in order to...
Correct.
Correct, I wanted you to draw Monokuma's attention. I took that opportunity to sneak into the headmaster's room, and as a result, I found this key. Wow, then what you told me about yesterday, did that come from the headmaster's room too?
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Did you find out about this Mukuro Ikusaba while you were in there?
Indeed.
I did find a file in the headmaster's room that talked about her, yes. Don't know all the details yet, but one thing I do know is that Mukuro Ikusaba is dangerous. Dangerous?
In other
May very well
words,
be the mastermind. Mastermind? But didn't Alter Ego say that the headmaster was probably the mastermind?
wrong.
No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind, I'm sure of that. What? I don't have proof yet, but I have no doubt I'm right. To make such a strong statement without proof, that's not like Kyoko at all, but if it isn't the headmaster...
Anyway,
Anyway, this key is one big opportunity we've been waiting to get our hands on. Now that we've grabbed it, we can't let it go, can we? Sure, but I mean, what's this key even unlock?
so...
I don't know yet, which is why I need you to draw Monokuma's attention again while I go and find out. Wait, so you're planning on sneaking back in again? You can't, that's way too dangerous! And you want me to draw his attention, but we don't actually know where... There's just one mastermind, right? There's more than one person watching us.
Is that
They
right?
didn't catch on last night, right? Maybe we just got lucky. Or maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Huh? Like I said, we didn't get caught last night. As you said, maybe it was pure luck. Which is why we're going to run the experiment one more time. If we're successful again, that may have just been a lucky guess. Maybe what it may have been just a lucky guess will be proven true. As Kyoko talked, she just was calm and collected as ever. Couldn't help but just stand there and listen.
Hey,
It's true that the mastermind can't watch us and control Monokuma at the same time. Then there would have to be a period of time where the mastermind is vulnerable. What we need to do is find out for sure if that's actually true and if we can exploit it. Maybe, but no matter what the reward, the risk is just too high when I think of what might happen if we fail.
why is that?
I don't think you need to worry all that much, after all. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope Peak Academy at your discretion. No restrictions have been placed on our efforts to solve the mystery, am I wrong? Even when I took the key, I didn't break any rules as far as I can tell. If the mastermind decides to do something, all the rules in the world won't matter. He could just kill us all without a second thought.
I see.
I see, in that case, even if the plan fails, we'll still be able to prove or disprove that hypothesis. What?
Correct.
In a moment of crisis, will the mastermind break their own rules or adhere to them no matter what?
In other
In other words, we gain something whether we succeed or not. Now, there's no reason not to do it, right? But
if you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward.
we know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice.
Hey.
Am I wrong? At that moment, I finally realized I had never seen the slightest hint of fear or despair in Kyoko's eyes. Her gaze was firmly fixed on the mystery ahead, the enemy standing before us, and with that in view, she just smiled. I can't change how I feel and wouldn't if I could. But Kyoko took something from her coat pocket and held it out to me. Oh, what's this?
It's
Consider it
true.
a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. Something happens? I'm
However,
not planning on dying, but there's always a chance of it, and death without meaning is unappealing.
hey,
Please, I want you to hold on to it for me. I know, hold on to it just because you asked me to. I'm gonna give it back at some point, you can be sure of that.
indeed.
Yes, of course.
Hey,
Oh, one more thing. You can't tell anyone else about what I've discovered. Sure, because there's a chance the mastermind might find out, right? Oh,
indeed.
there's that too. Huh? You mean there's something else?
Well,
It's nothing. Forget I said anything. I can't just forget that easily.
so then,
Okay then, shall we begin? I'm counting on you, Makoto. Just have to get Monokuma's attention, right? Well, I'll give it my best shot.
goodbye.
Going on ahead, the rest is up to you. Kurt goodbye was no different from any other time. Like every other time, she moved at a brisk pace as she left. What wasn't like every other time was the sudden knot I felt in my stomach as I watched her walk away. Oh, everything's gonna be fine, I know it. Because it's Kyoko. Talking to myself helps shake off some of my anxiety, and then I got to work. Okay, let's do this. Hey, Monokuma, you can see me, right? Get out here, I got a bone to pick with you. Then a few moments later...
Monokuma appears!
Well, this is a surprise, you being the one to call me out.
Hey!
Hey, by the way, huh? What were you and Kyoko up to, going to the bathhouse, just the two of you in the middle of the night? Definitely a hot and steamy moment, wouldn't you say? So warm, so wet, and warm. I bet you guys removed to conform with local and international censorship laws. All over her, didn't you? Not gonna talk, huh? Sure, I get it. Well, whatever, I'm like you, I have absolutely no interest in late night bath scenes. Because I like to maintain a healthy life of observation far away from X-rated exploits. Oh, so is that why there's no surveillance cameras in the bathhouse? Bullseye! Or is it maybe because the lens gets all fogged up and you can't see anything anyway? Sounds like that's the bullseye to me. Anyway, you went through all the trouble to get me out here. Now, what do you want? Oh, well, there's just something I want to confirm with you.
Say what?
Either I'm a mademoiselle or a dude, fella. But in the Bear Kingdom, there is no male or female. Well, isn't there actually? Actually there is. Seriously?
My entire existence!
That's enough. I get stuck if I think about it too much. So what did you really want to talk about? Oh, but tell us that your precious have been stolen. What's this precious of yours?
What are you...
Listen, I'm sure this is a silly question. No way it's possible and all, but is that seriously why you dragged me out here to ask me? You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be 100 megaton freaking kidding me! You're not gonna ask something useful like how to get the best honey or earth sign breeding tips? This is just crazy. Are all pubescent teen boys as nutty as you? God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It's a key and beep! That's it. What was that second thing? It's a plain stupid, a secret. Fill it in yourself. Making me trudge all the way out here for that. I'd like to see what's going on in that brain of yours. And the next time you summon me for something so stupid, I'll open up your skull and find out. Dropping more than a few swear words, Monokuma stormed off. I hope I kept him distracted long enough. All I can do is wait and hope Kyoko makes it out okay. Oh, she'll be fine. It's Kyoko after all. I'm sure she's fine, right? I went back to my room and laid down, doing my best to settle my nerves and get back to sleep.
Monokuma Theater, brought to you by Spike Toonsoft Company Limited.
Oh, that was short! What? So, why is Sakura beating up the Spartans? Hey, Lighthouse Victory, welcome back. Busy work week, huh? I guess it's better to be busy than to be bored, right? Sakura's Revenge, the game the world has been waiting for. Unfortunately, development has been cancelled. Of course, if enough people buy Danganronpa, who knows? So buy copies for you and all your friends. Where that whole thing is a big old what the hell. This super stylish, so professional game was cancelled during development. It'll start back up again if Danganronpa sells well.
Then you guys have to recommend it to your friends, too!
What do you think I'm doing streaming your game?
Good morning, everyone! It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine! Get ready to greet another beautiful day!
Body feels so heavy this morning. Must be because I was up so late last night. Anyway, I need to get to the dining hall. What? 1 minute late, Makoto. How do you explain this? Sorry, I'm not feeling so great today.
What's your
You
problem?
really think a tired excuse like that is gonna work? Huh? Are you allowed to talk again? I don't recall giving you permission. Huh? I just thought, since today had passed, may it be reset? Sorry, please don't hate me. Whatever my punishment is, I'll accept it. I'll hang a sign from my neck that says "Bad Girl." I'll clean your bathroom with my toothbrush. If you stop making disgusting comments like that, maybe I can forgive you. Thank you. I won't make any more disgusting comments, I promise. If I do, you can stuff my mouth full of trash. As long as it's you and no one else, I don't mind. It's no use. She's disgusting to the bone. Anyway, where's Kyoko? I haven't seen her this morning. Not cool. This is worse than being late for lunch, for a date, for your wedding, for anything. Maybe she's mad about what happened yesterday and she's not going to show up anymore. Can't tell either why Kyoko might not be here. Best thing to do right now is to keep quiet.
Very strange.
Whatever her reason, I'm curious to know what she is doing. I know she's not in her room, so...
You know?
Oh yeah, you still have her key, right?
What's this?
Are you looking for Miss Kirigiri?
What do you want now?
Hey!
I'm right? You're wondering where Miss Kirigiri is, right?
Do you know where she is?
Well, it's hard to say.
Huh? You don't know either?
What?
Because he doesn't know, that's why he's here, to try and prod us for information.
Hey, don't you hate it when you ask someone what their favorite movie is and they name some indie bull crap?
This is
I feel like getting
suspicious.
whiplash the way he changes subjects like that. You should, were you around when I was streaming, Despair Girls over on the RGN channel, Fairy, Natsu? It gets even worse there since you can actually see her fantasies. Thank goodness, it looks like Monokuma really didn't notice, so I guess our plan was just fine last night, which could mean...
Hey,
maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Would you have been right about that?
So, was I right? Were you, you're looking for Miss Kirigiri? Any idea where she might have gone?
We have no idea.
Even if we did know, we wouldn't tell you.
We're serious!
I see. Well, fine, whatever. I don't even care anymore. Sayonara, suckers!
As soon as he was gone, we all glanced around at each other. So, what was that just now? Does that mean Monokuma doesn't know where she is either? It would seem that way.
You know?
Where the heck could she have gone?
Don't you think we should all go look for her?
How would you suggest we approach that task if Monokuma can't seem to locate her?
Very suspicious.
Yeah, how can he not know where she is?
Yeah,
So
totally.
strange. Yoka must have used that key to sneak into some unknown part of the school, but somewhere even Monokuma wouldn't notice? Where could it be? Spent the rest of breakfast talking about where Kyoko could have gone. Afterwards, we returned to our dorms. Breakfast didn't help me feel any more upbeat, that's for sure. I feel like this is more than just me staying up late last night. Time for our last set of free time. I think everyone's up on the 5th floor. Yep. I think the only one we can really hang out now is Yasuhiro. Unless we can actually, like, hang out with Genocide Jack. Toko's Toko right now, so not that. Hey, wait. Where's Yasuhiro? Oh, he's just generally in the hallway. We don't know exactly where he is. Or maybe he is actually in front of the biolab. Oh, he is! Yes, the base going undercover.
Oh, so
Monokuma seems like super advanced, right? I think maybe we've been caught in the middle of something terrible. A global revolution by the ancient civilization that we've ruined. Their alien technology will destroy us. Or maybe not, I don't know. I talked to Hiro while he's acting like this. Hey, you wanna hang out with me?
It's not like some
Well then,
occult
have I got a
mystery.
story for you. My research revealed a surprising connection between Tokyo Tower and the lost Lemurian civilization.
We spent a lot of time talking about stuff that didn't make any sense to me. I think this is our first time hanging out with Hiro, so we don't need to give him a present.
Could it be?
Hey Makoto, you know what I think? You and me meeting like this, it wasn't coincidence. So I got some good news for you. I'm gonna give you a psychic reading at a huge discount. A discount?
How about
Normally
that?
it's $1,000 for 2 hours, but for you, let's call it $900. That's only a $100 discount. Even then, it's way too expensive.
Don't be mean.
Hey, come on! You should count yourself lucky that the ultimate clairvoyant is willing to tell your future. So you write pretty often? I sure am. At a bare minimum, I've got a 20% chance of success. 20%, that sounds pretty sketchy.
What the
For
heck?
real? Don't make that face. Didn't you hear what I said? 20% of the time, I'm right every time.
Isn't that a line from Anchorman? 20% of the time, it works every time.
That includes natural disasters, election results, you name it. Don't you realize how amazing that is? Okay,
about
fine.
that?
I'll give you a special trial run. After all, I've already seen what the future has in store for you. What? What did you see it?
Well?
Hey, you won't believe when I saw it. It would appear that the mother of your children and the mother of my children are the same woman.
I refuse, deny, don't like it.
Doesn't matter if you don't like it, that's just the way it is.
20% accuracy, you said?
You know?
At least.
I pray to everything holy that you're wrong. Please be wrong.
Now then, since that was a special try run, I'm afraid I can't apply the discount. That'll be $1,000, please. Don't worry, you can pay me after we get out of here.
Wait, hold on, but there's no way you're gonna be right?
If you like, I can do a reading right now to see whether my reading was right or not. Naturally, additional fees will apply. Think about it, okay? Let me know as soon as you're ready for my services.
Oh, he's gone. Do I have enough in my bank account to take another crack at it? No, I can't bring myself to pay for something like that. See how people can fall into that kind of cycle, though? That was close. Please, whoever's listening, I'm begging you, whatever else happens, don't let him be right. Oh, we got a skill from that. Although, technically, that does happen if you get the air quotes bad ending. Once we were all done, I headed back to my room for a little while. Even worse than I did this morning. My body feels like lead in. Now I'm getting chills. This is bad. I think I might be getting sick. Gee, who's in the kitchen? Well, I guess we're going to the dining hall. Oops. Not why. Yeah, my fingers. That's not the button I want pressed. And I hope Kyoko went and packed some snacks before she left on her secret sneaking mission.
What the heck?
Certain organization is behind all this, I'm fairly sure of it. I can't say their name, because as soon as you do, they come and get rid of you. Kurt Cobain said their name, John Lennon said their name. They're bad, so bad, really, really bad!
Just spend time with Hiro when he's in this kind of mood.
Well then, why don't we have a seated discussion about cosmogony?
And all about Hiro's theories on the origin of the universe. Now we do have to start giving him presents, I think. Let's see. What would Hiro like? I feel like some of the really stupid things he'd love, like the hand bra thing. Wait, Astral Boy doll? I don't know. This has Astral in the name, maybe that. One that for some reason doesn't let you hear the person on the other end and doesn't let them hear you. That sounds like something weird and occulting, something that he would love. Very nice of you, man. I'll gladly take it. I get the impression that you liked it. That's good.
Yup.
Apparently I got a really good one there. What's up, my brother and fellow mother lover? Oh, God. That's just one of those things you don't want to being called. Let's raise our semi-siblings upright, okay? Stop talking about that.
Oh,
So, you ready for the
so
next round? Never! Actually, how do you do your fortune telling anyway? I saw you doing palm reading and stuff and you didn't use any tools or anything. Well, I didn't know you knew about divination tools. Sounds like you know your way around the spirit world. I'm not sure you need to know that much to know about those kind of tools.
Yo.
Now that I know you're an expert, I have a question for you. Correct answer gets you another discount. No thanks. There are 22 cards known as the Major Arcana and 56 cards known as the Minor Arcana. Generally, the cards from the Major Arcana are used for divination. Do you know what I'm talking about? I know this. It's tarot cards. Oh, I know. You're talking about tarot cards. Ah, gloriously correct. I will now tell your fortune for a measly 600 bones. Wow, really? It's something I never say. I've had enough fortune telling for one lifetime. I see. Well, if you ever change your mind, you know where to find me. Sure thing. Anyway, getting back to what I asked you about before. If you don't use any tools or whatever, how do you do your fortune telling?
Don't be mean.
Well, don't be fooled. I have my own techniques. For example, I employ numerology. Numerology
Yo.
uses mathematical formula to predict the future based on birth date, letter numbering, all that. I didn't see you doing anything like that either. That's more of an inspirational style of fortune telling. Some kind of unknown power just acts through you and suddenly BAM! You got the info. You're talking about intuition.
How about
Don't try and describe it using such a cheesy word. If it's not intuition, then it's gotta be some kind of supernatural power.
not like some occult mystery?
Don't compare my clairvoyance to some occult crap. I hate the occult. Take that crap somewhere else. You hate the occult?
Well,
Yep, now some good news. Act now and I'll throw an extra bonus on your reading. I use white magic to record a CD of spirit message I received from the luxury suite of heaven. 5 seconds of this, baby, and you'll be witnessing miracles and communing with angels for days. And you said you hate the occult? Hey, business is business. The more I talk to him, the less I understand. Yeah, I figured it was gonna be skill points again. I shook off Hero's sales pitch and headed back to my room for a while. I'm getting the chills. I feel kinda dizzy. Can't help it, I need sleep. Nighttime wasn't for a while, but I felt like my body had reached its limits. As I dropped onto my bed, I felt like I was falling into a bottomless pit. I was unconscious before my head hit the pillow. Well, it's not quite true. I didn't pass out completely. It was more like my consciousness went dim. I weaved back and forth between sleep and wakefulness, which is all to say. Well, you know, maybe it would help if you took off, like, your jacket and stuff before you went to bed. I was restless. At some point, I found myself wandering through a strange dream. Already, Lighthouse? I swear the time you spend in my stream is getting shorter and shorter. It's starting to worry me! And within the dream, a voice echoed across the walls of my mind.
I understand.
That voice, it's so familiar.
I understand.
It's me.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Huh? What am I trying to say?
Hope. This is all for hope. And that's why I have to stay. I have to stay here.
Oh, that's not an ominous dream or anything. Well, you usually don't leave once you show up. You're usually in the stream for most of it. So it's hard for me to say, no, don't go, when you never leave.
So strange. Huh?
Stranger danger, bad touch. After a horribly inappropriate martial arts scene and escape sequence later. I'm doing alright. Kiva, well, he was sleeping on my bed a little bit ago, but apparently he's wandered off.
Kyoko? What did you...
Apparently Kyoko likes to watch us sleep.
What did you say?
All of the dots.
Every day is peaceful, every day is joyful, happy days from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Wishing only for those unchanging, unending, happy days, days of boredom repeating forever and ever. No abnormality as far as the eye can see, life without the tiniest speck of abnormality.
If the world were like that, I'd consider that pretty damn abnormal.
Danganronpa's going pretty good so far, I'd say. We are in the middle of chapter 5, although admittedly this is my least favorite chapter for reasons that'll happen later.
It is get ready.
Took longer than usual for me to open my eyes. I let out a deep sigh to bring myself up the rest of the way. Chills, the aches, the unfathomable lethargy had all disappeared in the night. All that was left was me, drenched in sweat. It wasn't just because of what bug I'd caught either, it was also the dream I'd had. What the hell was that? And was it even really a dream? I was desperate to recall it. Scrambled to grab on the fragments of fragments of the dream and reel them up from the depths of my memory. That's right, I remember last night. Came down with a fever and couldn't quite get to sleep. I heard a voice I didn't really understand, and then... all of a sudden, I was awake. There was a strange person standing next to my bed, wearing a mask, and they were holding a knife. I want to say I fought them off, but I don't actually remember. I felt like my mind had been detached from my body, burning up with fever. Somewhere far away, watching my body move on its own. And because of that, I don't remember what really happened. Still, I feel like I resisted them desperately, feverishly. Why did that things go black again? The next thing I remember... Kyoko was there, but what would she have been doing in my room? What a strange dream. Oh, was it really a dream? How could I possibly find out either way? The drugstore and... Huh? It's empty, there's nothing inside. Wait, nothing inside? That's strange. Guess it definitely wasn't before. I'm positive I put the knife I got from Toko in there. Wait, that means... knife they told me to keep safe. Anyway, I just had a feeling it wasn't a dream after all. That also makes even less sense. Why would someone have wanted to attack me? Who was that beneath the mask? And why was Kyoko? What the hell's going on? Well, I don't think I'm gonna figure it out on my own. I should head to the dining hall, then I can talk to everyone else about it.
Hey,
Makoto! Yep, that's Makoto. Sure, the sky's blue. Hey, Hina.
Hey, why are you saying that, Natsu? Didn't I respond to Versace? I'm confused. What did I do? Oh god! Oh, what?
You really had me worried last night. Worried? Yeah, right after nighttime, we all went to get you. We were hammering away at your doorbell, but you never answered. Maybe you've been, you know. I mean, not that that actually happened. I mean, nobody here would want to, you know. So anyway, what were you doing? Didn't feel good, so I went right to bed. I had no idea you guys even showed up. Why did you come to get me? Did something happen? Well, lots of stuff, actually. I'm not sure I could even really explain it. Let's go meet up with everyone else, then you can tell, they can tell you all about it. So was everyone waiting somewhere else or something?
That's
oh yeah, we all stayed up the whole night. The whole night? I lost a rock, paper, scissors, so I had to come get breakfast for everyone.
Okay.
So you got her just in time. Come on, help me carry it. Okay, sure. Everyone's in the gym. Hurry up, I'll meet you there. Gym? Why is everyone in the gym and the entire night?
To the gym!
There we go. Ah, there he is.
This is worse than being late for your wedding, the birth of your son, and your funeral all at once.
What?
Jeez, show up now like it's no big deal. You made us stay up all night while you slept like a baby in your bed? Just like Hina said, everyone was there besides Kyoko, and then I noticed they'd formed a circle around something, and as soon as I saw what that something was, what the? Before I could catch myself, I cried out. Spread out in front of them were the remains of Monokuma.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? We're dismantling it to see what makes it tick.
Dismantling? But I mean, that's Monokuma you're messing with, right?
Yeah, that's right.
She's not phased.
Relax, there's no danger. You say that, but what are you guys doing? Seriously, what are you thinking? How can you say tearing apart something like that isn't dangerous?
Hey,
Well, I guess I'll handle this. I'll explain what's going on, Makoto, because that's how much I like ya. Yaki found this little fellow laying around, and we tore it apart. That doesn't explain anything.
What?
Just before we went to bed last night, I came to the gym to try to talk to Monokuma. I want to see if he had any new information about Kyoko's disappearance. I found him here, just like normal. However, when I found him, he was no more than a regular toy. I wouldn't call anything about Monokuma regular. He didn't react, didn't say a word. Saying he wasn't moving at all? I waited here until night time officially began. But still, Monokuma laid there motionless. I gathered everyone up as quickly as possible so they could take a look. Even then, he still didn't make a move. So I immediately initiated the disassembly process. You mean you had someone else do it for you? This master stroke of genius, a chance to find out what made Monokuma tick. One thing we discovered is that he's quite a sophisticated machine. It's leagues beyond any normal remote control toy. Who has enough free time to invest in something like that anyway? But besides that, what I'm wondering is, why did he stop moving all of a sudden? I thought maybe he'd malfunctioned, but we didn't find any cause as we were taking him apart. If he didn't break down,
So in
then
other
maybe
words,
something happened to his puppeteer, the mastermind, something unexpected. Can't imagine any other possibility. Something unexpected? They were probably so scared of Master, they ran away in terror.
Could it
Or maybe they got sick or something? Well, Monokuma made his announcement this morning, right? Who was that, if not the mastermind? Oh, I'm sure that's a recording. It's set to a timer and place as necessary. Not sure, he says the exact same thing every day, right? Hey guys, I don't really think now's a good time for light conversation.
You know?
I just found something. What is it? It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. A bomb? That's super bad. We need to get rid of it. Roger that. It appears the bomb has a motion sensor. Any sudden movement is sure to go off. Motion sensor? For serious? I'm starting to get all shaky.
just a
Get together. You're a man, aren't you? I'm fine. I'm totally fine. You're not fine. You're all Well, I probably should have mentioned the motion sensor is off right now. Jeez, don't scare me like that. God, you're like the world's most spineless worm of the century.
Don't be mean.
Hey, come on. The century's just getting started. Don't call the race already. Whatever, just hurry up and put the bomb down. Hanging on to it's not gonna do anybody any good. Oh yeah, good call.
Well?
Okay, it's down. Everything's all good. We're gonna put the bomb down, but that wasn't my main concern at this point. Eyes were glued to Monokuma's remains. Just stopped moving all of a sudden. Was it really because something had happened to the mastermind that they weren't expecting? Could have been when I thought about it. Couldn't help but think back to the night before, being attacked by the masked figure.
Just a
Hey,
second.
Makoto?
Huh? Don't us. Did you hear a thing we just said? Huh? So that's a no. What are you, some kind of brain-dead farm animal? Sorry. You're saying since we're done dismantling Monokuma, what should we do now? And we decided to continue our offensive assault.
all
Try and
clear now.
uncover the mastermind's true identity. We're going to break into the headmaster's room. Really? Since the
Naturally.
mastermind appears to have stopped all activity, now's our chance, wouldn't you agree? But if the mastermind comes back while we're in there, if you're scared, you're welcome to stay here by yourself. Or go live in the chicken coop with all the other chickens. You can be chicken number 6. This is a battle, a fight to the death between us and the mastermind. We don't have time to deliberate.
But
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to kill each other or anyone else, but we have a chance now.
Come on.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna run away or are you going to fight? Alright, I'll go with you.
It's all clear.
Okay then, we're gonna break into the headmaster's room. Everything comes down to this moment. Anything can happen, so prepare yourselves. I'll follow you anywhere, Master, to all the ends of the earth. Sakura, if you can hear me, lend me your strength.
How about
I can do this. I'm a man and I can do this. I've got the will of the entire universe on my side. We each found determination in our own ways, and when we were ready, we left the gym. Our target was the headmaster's room on the 4th floor of the school. Oh, no, wait, that's the music room. It's locked, as expected. So what are you gonna do?
what?
Isn't it obvious? We're gonna tear this door off its hinges. Hey, but the rules say we've seen that the mastermind isn't watching us. Those don't matter anymore.
But
Yeah, like Makoto said, the mastermind did show up while we were in there.
so in
Then we'll
other
just have
words,
to finish our business before that can happen.
Hey.
Okay, sure, but
What?
we've come this far, we can't back down now. We agreed this is what we have to do, so we have to do it. So beautiful.
I
You're
mean,
serious?
what the heck?
We don't have any choice, we're desperate. Let's do it, let's rip the door down.
actually,
Okay, but how are we gonna do that? This thing looks pretty sturdy. And we'll need something sturdy of our own. Oh, what about that one thing? The thing in the tool shed. Oh yeah, the pickaxe!
I see.
Interesting, that could very well be exactly what we need. Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now.
It's all clear.
Okay,
now.
go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01. That's straight up unreasonable. By myself? Surely you like to have your me time once in a while, right? Well, if it's me and you time, Master, then yeah.
What?
You know how much time it took you to say that? 10 seconds. Take too long and I'll erase your existence from my consciousness. Unacceptable! With that, Toko ran off loud as a herd of rabbit elephants. For serious though, we're just gonna knock this door down? No problem solved by running away. Find your stones and be a man. He's right, you can't move forward by always avoiding danger.
If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward.
Know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice.
Hey.
Am I wrong? Even if it's dangerous, we have to overcome the challenges in front of us. Maybe, but I'm still super stressed. I'm so tense I can hardly talk. I'm all no, I'm totally flap stuff.
That's us?
Gross! Where did that come from? Wait, Genocide Jill, where'd you come from?
You called for me, and so I
Hello, it's one difference murderous fiend here to greet you with a razor sharp smile.
Come on.
What about the pickaxe? Where is it?
I was supposed to pick an axe.
Oh, you sleeping imbecile, the pickaxe!
Sleeping imbecile, oh master, you wound me with your executive level barbs. Here comes the bloody nose. Serious though, did you really forget the pickaxe?
Give it a rest.
Omega-3 fatty acids, that's what you need. Great for the old memory factory. I think we already established that their memory doesn't carry over when they switch.
Not
This
possible.
is a level of uselessness I find difficult to tolerate.
The light bulb just went on. That's why I went to the garden, right? I was supposed to get the pickaxe. All right, we solved one mystery. That means there's just one more mystery left.
One more mystery?
Yep, now we need to figure out the identity of Object X.
So,
Now, what are you talking about? Did you already forget what we were talking about? You're like missing out on life.
I'm not missing out on life. In fact, I found one in the garden.
What did you find?
Corpse. Did you hear me? I said corpse.
A corpse?
That's right. I found a corpse in the garden. found a corpse in the garden?
What did you
Well,
say?
then, before we enter the headmaster room, it appears we have something else to look into.
Come on.
We're going to the garden, okay? As soon as we entered the garden, I saw it. I didn't want to, but... I saw someone laying on the ground with a mask covering their face, and there was a knife buried in their stomach up to the hilt. What the? Are they really dead? For sure, but who is it? Apparently we're getting some Spanish guitar up in this. Just to make things clear. Last night I was attacked by someone wearing a mask, and whoever that was now, they're... I don't know why, but now they're laying dead in front of me.
I told you there's a corpse hanging out here.
No way!
It really dead? Is that really a dead body?
You need to begin looking around right away. However, be very careful. There's no telling what you might find. Yeah, except for there's one thing. It's kind of obvious who the body is if you paid attention to any of the character design so far. Because those are Junko's shoes there, sticking out from under it. So that means it's Junko's dead body from the start of the game. Because, I mean, this is a video game. No one ever changes outfits. So, of course, it's gotta be her. Alright, Natsu, see you later. Which kind of makes this entire part of the game kind of frustrating as they struggle to figure out who the dead body is. But there's no way to tell with that mask covering their face like that, and the white coat they're wearing makes it impossible to tell anything about the body itself. The victim is a total mystery, but one thing I do know is that whoever this is, they attacked me last night in my room. But why? They wind up dead in here. Their hearts isn't beating, they're not breathing, all signs of life have come to a complete stop. Thanks to the knife that's been driven into their stomach, their clothes are stained a bright red. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood that's there is still wet. Be careful you don't touch it and get some on you. How can you be so calm at a time like this? Who is it? Their face and body are all hidden, so I don't have a clue. I'm pretty sure it's a girl at least. Huh? How can you tell? Well, I think I see the outline of her chest and just the general shape of the body. Yeah, the more I look, the more I'm sure it's a girl. Really, then it could be...
Okay then, let's tear that mask clean off.
Wait, don't! But by the time he called out, it was already too late. Took his hand shot out towards the mask, and in the next instant... It was a blinding light and deafening roar. The body blew up! It blew up, 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 it blew up! The vision started to darken. I prepared to pass out, but then...
Come on.
Hurry up, put out the fire. As my consciousness attempted to flit away, that voice reached up and pulled it back down to earth. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. Come on, dump the water on it. Why don't you dump the water on it? The upper half of the body was on fire. Took aim and tossed the water as hard as I could. Sploosh. Thankfully, that was enough to put out the fire. It died down, leaving behind only the unpleasant smell of burning. I guess that took care of it. What the hell, man? It exploded? I had a bad feeling about that body, but I never imagined it would explode. And now the body... Burned to a crisp! That's pretty all well done, man. Don't compare it to a steak. I'll never be able to eat steak again. And now that the body's charged, I really have no idea. How are we gonna find out who it was? Who isn't here right now? Huh? If I consider who's not here, that will quickly narrow down who it must be. There's only one person missing. It's Kyoko. Kyoko? That dead body. It's Kyoko? That can't be right. Calm down. I didn't say it was Kyoko. But I mean, who else? There is one other person, the mastermind. What? The mastermind? Come on, there's no way the mastermind got charbroiled. Get serious. I agree, normally the idea wouldn't be worth considering, but I have reason to believe it may be true. The mastermind being dead would explain the other matter, wouldn't it? Monokuma can hardly move around if its master is dead, right? But that corpse is a girl, right? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, remember what Alter Ego said? That same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out.
According to the file, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. So the mastermind is some middle-aged dude, right? It's this corpse, obviously isn't. Then could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster? Is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? The ultimate despair? Huh? Mukuro Ikusaba, 16th student at Hope's Peak. What are you talking about? The other day, Kyoko confided in me. She said there was a 16th student here in the school. What? I think you better tell us everything you know. Well, what Kyoko told me was...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Sounds like Kyoko thinks Mukuro Ikusaba is the mastermind. No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind, I'm sure of that. What? I don't have any proof yet, but I have no doubt I'm right. There's another student here, and it's a female that would match the body characteristics. And that phrase, the ultimate despair, it sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it? Okay, so the mastermind's this girl Mukuro, and she's a student here, and she's the ultimate despair. But she's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot. How'd she wind up burnt to a crisp? None of this makes any sense. They just suddenly show up and then die. I think we better take a closer look at the body. Maybe some clues to help us figure out exactly who it is. Hey, wait!
What?
Might be forgetting something, you know, Toko? Oh yeah, she got totally blown up, huh? Forget about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. Ah, she survived. Oh, she survived. What just happened, Master? You declared for the whole world to hear that you would never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen. Well, then I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you exhale. That's enough for me to live. What the heck? This is the strangest back and forth I've ever seen. Oh, yeah, I guess time to start investigating. Take a close look at the body one more time. Watch yourself, Makoto. She may be dead, but she's still a girl. Don't worry, I don't plan on touching the body all that much. Not Kyoko, after all. Something next to the body. It's a key? Is it what Kyoko took from Monokuma? What did you... Oh.
So...
Yeah, it's different than the key we saw there. It was shaped like Monokuma. It was probably the only key of its kind on the Earth. That's right, the key she stole was shaped like Monokuma. This isn't anything like that. This key is... What is it? Did you find something? Yeah, this was on the ground near the door. Never seen this key before. What could it possibly go to? Oh, wait, that was Byaku's in that. So even you don't know that? Makoto, I'm going to give you a very important task.
I
That
see.
key might give you access to certain areas we thought were locked. You mean
So,
the
in
bio
other
lab, the
words-
data center, the headmaster's room, and the dorm rooms on the second floor. It's in your hand. I'm your entering board now. Well, thankfully, I already know where to go. Okay, let's give it a shot. And when I went to insert the key I found in the garden into the keyhole, fits! And this is the key to the data center, and managed to unlock the data center! Guess all that running around paid off. I have to go tell everyone else. And we headed back to the garden. So you're back. How'd it go? I found out which room the key goes to. It's the data center down on the 4th floor. And I can go to the data center now? Interesting. Why did the now deceased have the key on them? I suppose we'll just have to go to the data center and find out. I think you're right. Here we are. Looks like the door is still unlocked. Hey, so when you open the door, that's not going to be another huge kaboom like before, right? Answer that question now. Don't worry, we have Makoto. What?
In
It's
other
in your
words,
hands. Again? It means I trust you. That's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. Reached out and put my hand on the door, closed my eyes, and tried to clear my mind. Signed prayer, I slowly opened the door. Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. The word the room was strange. I mean, all the rooms up till now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness.
It wasn't a surface sphere like the rest of the school. Here, the sphere was lurking beneath the surface. The room was filled with that kind of dread. Hey, that's... Hero extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at those monitors on the wall. Looks like what they're showing. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. The dorms, the classrooms. Every part of the school was covered. This is... What? The direct feed from every single surveillance camera. All the cameras in the school feed back into this room, and they're displayed here on these monitors. So the sole purpose of this room is to watch us. To watch us? And this room is the Mastermind's private room, without a doubt. Mastermind's room. I guess that makes sense. The Mastermind was here, watching us. And I think this settles it. The body in the garden. If they had the key to this room, it can only mean one thing. That was the body of Mukuro Ikusaba, and she was the Mastermind. And the Mastermind is dead? Like, really, really dead? It seems so. For serious? It's too bad they had to go and die before Master could kill them himself. Mastermind is dead? Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Doesn't mean that body. Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death, so who was it? But if the Mastermind really is dead, that means we can finally get out of this hellhole.
How about that?
Get hurry up and find the exit, come on.
That's enough.
No, we have to check this area thoroughly first. Oh, but what about the exit? If the Mastermind truly is dead, we can leave whenever we decide to, but right now, we need to find out why the Mastermind set up this life or death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the Mastermind was obviously murdered. Murdered? So you think so too, huh? Naturally. There, the corpse made it plain as day. There's absolutely no proof. No doubt, the Mastermind was murdered.
But
Why is it gotta be that way? I mean, who could have even done it?
such
That's exactly why I said we need to investigate the purpose and identity of the Mastermind. Now, do you understand, you useless insect? You're banned from talking to Master ever again. Mastermind's purpose and why they were killed. This room may very well hold answers to those questions. After all, Mastermind must have spent who knows how much time here. Okay then, let's begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the Mastermind. This door's kinda creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. No, this isn't totally blind, just blame FPS. I was sworn you've been in here before and asked that. Could be inside. No luck. The door's locked, huh? What if you use that key that opened this room? Let's give it a try just in case. Oh, no good. Won't even fit in the keyhole. Oh, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I guess you're right. Can't stop thinking about that door with Monokuma's picture on it. But worrying about it isn't gonna do me any good. Hina's right. The Mastermind's gone, so there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs, nothing like the ancient laptop Alter Ego was installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. So, what, we can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in! What century are you from? Mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network and Alter Ego. You may well be right about that.
What?
But there's no point in thinking about it now. You're right. There's nothing to show up on this one. Oh, hey look, next to that TV. Is that a TV antenna?
How about
It is,
that?
just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas. Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we could watch TV? Huh, did someone say TV?
You know?
Well, Saturday morning Hina's here. Are you talking about me? Anyway, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on.
You know?
You're all stalled for info from the outside world, huh? Alright, let me work my magic. You'll be a quantum leaping your way to TV land before you know it. I get the reference, but what's he talking about? So,
You know?
okay, so I guess he's just gonna be working on it for a while. Time to talk to people, I guess. Why was the Mastermind murdered? To figure that out, we need to find out the identity and purpose of the Mastermind. Jeez, I can't believe how many monitors there are. My eyes are flickering as fast as they are.
What's
Hurry
your
up and
problem?
find something for Master. So, you think you can fix the TV? Just a little longer. What, do you really want to watch TV that bad? Another Saturday morning kid here. Oh, I didn't check the... It's a really ridiculous number of monitors here.
mastermind's been using them all to spy on us. As long as I have this, huh? Look at Master Ghost, like a feast for the eyes. How much is the monthly membership?
You know?
Oh. What's wrong? Good news for all of you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working. Really? Now what we gotta do is switch it on.
What?
Then do it. Friggin' idiot mastermind. All you guys need to cut free from your regrets in the outside world. They were sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it. Oh, this is the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring this room, isn't it?
What the heck?
Oh, that's weird.
Come on.
Hey, what are you doing? That's really weird. You're weird. Weird in every way possible, and not just weird, super weird. But this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna, so how's it showing the camera feed?
Well...
Did you try changing the channel? Oh, good idea. Let's give that a try. You're going through each channel one by one. On every channel, it was just us. The live feed of us standing there in the data center.
What the
What the
heck?
heck? Is it broken or something?
Could it
No, there must be
be-
some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. A trick? What kind of trick? I'm not sure,
Actually-
but... Huh? Huh? What? What? Yep. Sadly, we don't have our Saturday morning cartoon fixes. But then again, I guess for those of us who grew up with it, we now have the internet for that instead. Been away, you freaking bastards! Monokuma? Hell, you're supposed to be dead. Me dead? Don't be freaking stupid. Hey, you're acting kind of strange. Something seems different. Of course I'm different. Evolution's perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. No, it's been like half a day at most. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. That look on your faces right now is sublime. That's what I want to see, the moment you went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you pretended to be dead all for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I gotta laugh now. Except you're not supposed to act dead when you're around a bear.
Well now.
That's that. That is indeed true, Versace. Well, it's almost time to cut off your past so full of hope and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you to have way more fun in this killing game. Can't be serious, we have to keep going? No, we were supposed to get out of here. Get out of here? Are you still obsessing with getting out of here? How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides, this life isn't all bad, you know? I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Your arm in his mouth? Oh my. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair?
Well now.
Ooh, I'm pooped from all that laughing. I guess I'll just get to the point now. Point?
Hey.
You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed, that TV is an essential part of your school life here.
What?
I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind. But I connected the antenna, so what's it just showing us a surveillance feed? Look how attentive they are now. Well then, I'm gonna let you in on a blood-gushing secret and tell you about it. Oh my! Well, you learn something new every day, apparently. That TV is absolutely, without a doubt, displaying the signal coming in on the antenna. Oh, but what does that mean? It's displaying the signal, but it's just us standing here. Oh, you're so stupid. Don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you. This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. What? The killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. Doesn't matter how many times he says that, I don't know what it's supposed to mean. Cake for Monokuma? Oh my. I think you weren't supposed to feed the bears, Versace, but go ahead and keep feeding me the biddies. Broadcast live to the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this? Can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow? The camera feed being broadcast? No way! That's impossible! That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system, you know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found. Hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. Are you being serious right now?
Of course.
I heard a kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind has begun to creak and groan.
Hey!
Everything has a meaning, you know. All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries. Even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It is all for my captive audience to show them true despair like they've never seen it before. I became the director of the despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment.
What are you saying?
You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they would have tried to come and rescue us. But if they already did. Huh? But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV to try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally, so whatever.
This can't be.
To take control of all communications like that, you need an astronomical amount of resources. So how can things have come this far? Well, that's a secret. That's something you all need to do first, remember? What? Yeah, duh, there's a little business of...
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Huh? Class trial, do you mean? Oh, that's a long laugh from him.
It's
I'll leave the next Monokuma file right here. Everyone give it all you got, okay?
heart-pounding
Okay,
excitement.
things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a
I
ride.
can't wait! I can't wait!
And then he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible. The truth hopelessly out of reach. What we were left with was despair. I stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had to just keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment and how is he still alive?
I'm sick of this.
Finally we could get out of here. And plus, what did he say about a class trial?
Stop.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial, which means is that at this point we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What?
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusawa was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fills that condition. And if Monokuma is still around and active, that means that the mastermind Mukuro Ikusawa isn't dead. So naturally that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. There's no other possibility. The body is Kyoko? Kyoko's been murdered? No, it's not possible because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is to have it end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe it, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth yourself. Self? Anyway, we better begin.
But
But if we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer...
That's
Correct,
right.
there must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no. Huh? But you just said...
Stop
I don't have
talking.
time to explain now. There's a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That is how this game works, after all. I'll start by checking out the Monokuma file. And hey, we have new investigation music going on. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been stuck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. And the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. Unidentified pipe. Could it really be Kyoko, or... No choice. I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to figure out what happened, or if they... we're all dead. I need to get back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. Okay, time to get started. Need to check anywhere that might be important from one end to the other. Just need to do what I always do. A knife laying on the ground. Is this... Must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. Oh, wouldn't an explosion that big that we saw destroy the knife? It looks perfectly fine. All the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? By the way, this knife looks pretty familiar. Wait, is this... That's it, that's the knife the person was holding. It's getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Where the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. That same knife was used to stab the same masked man attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in that kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then if this really is Kyoko, I mean, Kyoko's the one that attacked me, but why the mask? Just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Well, I mean, if you were the one who stabbed, how exactly did you, in your status, they actually bring the dead body up here? Provide more clear, and maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. And again, this is another hint that this was really Junko's body, because she had the exact same nails when you talked to her in the first chapter. That tattoo got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Whoops. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Most of the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. Isn't there? The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burned up. There's only one little piece left. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so we dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? And that's all we can examine here. These look like fragments of something. Darn, I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. That's because it looks like part of the bomb from Monokuma that you got out earlier. Was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Remember, there were some chickens in the chicken coop. Count 4 chickens. 4? What's going on, Makoto? I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Precisely 5. Yeah, right. What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Huh? I don't know if it warrants that kind of a scream. That's so weird. I wonder where it disappeared. Down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. Conspiracy! Like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. Do my best to ignore it, hero, and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Can you relate to the case? The panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Come on, so the previous turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? And if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet. To me, the murder must have taken place. I think we'll examine what we can. Now to talk to people. So, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right. Wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. The Akita said not to touch it to avoid getting it all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, that was a big help now that you explained it. I totally remember how it looks. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better, too. So thank you, too. Who does that body belong to? There it is. I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. Okay, then. Good timing, kid. I want to talk to you. What do you want to talk about? I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi? Correct. I'd like to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Oh, why are you asking about that now? What's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. I've been spending most of the time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here, so the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together for the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's room to get them. At this point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only one who don't have alibis is me and Kyoko.
That's right.
If the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? To tell you the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be in quite the disadvantage here. Only without an alibi, that's really bad, isn't it? Well, except for the fact that it's obvious the mastermind did this, because again, that's Junko's friggin' dead body. It's been dead for, well, since the game started. And like I said, there's multiple hints towards that if you paid attention to what Junko looked like earlier. 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and? Oh, I was just thinking about when we first found the body, when the body was found, huh? I looked back at what I did this morning to help me remember what that was. Monikuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. And I head to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right, had it been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now that you mention it, I think you're right. I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done here. That's a pretty small job. But anyway, this is kind of like what really frustrates me about this entire chapter is, I know nobody amongst the cast did it. I know it's the mastermind's doing because that's Junko's friggin' dead body. I know this because you can tell just by looking at it. Well, it's like, nobody else figures this out, so it feels like nothing I do matters in this entire mission because I can't properly solve the mission because nobody will actually think like I did. I mean, the whole big body's covered in wounds part is when Junko got speared at the start of the game. So it's just like, hey, why can't you guys think that it might be that? Where it's a pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? If I look into that, it could be related to the case. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. It's like IRL. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. There's one other thing in here that concerns me. Is it this? Definitely true, now's not the time to worry. Okay, so what was the other thing he's worried about? Lawnmower in here. I don't think it has anything to do with the mystery corpse. Alright, that's nothing to do with the case. Tools had nothing to do with the case. Well, fine then! We hope there aren't any clues hidden in the fertilizer. There was something else about the... Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to really look at there. Alright, guess that's it. I've checked everything you need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Especially the fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicion. Still need to find out more about Kyoko. That code for the Kyoko? If that's true... That also Kyoko who attacked me last night? Find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. If I could get into her room, I'll be able to find out more, but that key to her room...
It's all clear.
Simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
My options?
Just give
me
up.
the key to your room. I don't have a
choice. I have to see if you'll let me borrow her room key. I don't know why Kyoko bothered to give in to Byakuya to give him her room key. I mean, she could have said no and just left her on her own. Damn, Byakuya, if you do come up with an alibi, I'll be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping we could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later, and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay then, in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. I should check out that one area. And that one area is the... Oh wait, can I just walk? I can just walk immediately into the gym, alright. Kuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Just found something. What is it? It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma level, I'm sure. A bomb? That bomb went missing. There's no doubt about it. That fragment I found in the garden. Fragment near the dead body's been updated. Okay, I checked everything I can think of. All I left now is Kyoko's room. Should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. I don't know why we needed to go and check out the bomb before being able to do this with Byakuya. Think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You want to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. I'll wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid into the keyhole, and then... And it's open. Looks like it, thanks. So this is Kyoko's room. Fairly simple, and there's something over here. Something on the table. A wooden block decoration.
What?
Is that what purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. Never gone to a public bath. It doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's
But if it
certainly
is
possible.
a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in that dojo that this might go to. Well then, I don't think there's anything else for us to check out here. You come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular? I just thought we'd find some kind of clue here that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
Can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here. Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. Concrete. Oh, I know! Kyoko gave me something.
It's
What's
true.
this? Yeah, we saw this earlier. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it! What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly
Interesting.
happened, so open it. Okay. Opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all there was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. What could it be? Well, check the bed then. Could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78 student registry. Mukuro Ikusaba? It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. It's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. Yes, we don't need another flashback to that. It's supposed to be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. We don't have time for sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. In an effort to pull myself together, then look down at the profile sheet. Hey, Mukuro Ikusaba, sex female, the ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information. She was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Ultimate Soldier, mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. Like one's non-fiction and another is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person, but then I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers, but they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. It's all part of a world that's totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir was already...
Found it!
Oh, feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero. It's you!
What?
Have you gotten your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found your profile! So what if we did? Don't freak out on me, I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Players are omnivorous, aren't they? A rule violation's really so unforgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am! A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely, I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in the killing game. I don't think I've ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking maybe I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you first got together in the main hallway back when, there were 15 people there, right?
And you can actually see Juko standing back there, and you can see that her hands have the fake nails, and she's wearing the exact same boots that the body has on. So how could you not think it was Junko?
I think the first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding, are you saying? That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you. The total number of students taking part in the killing game was actually 16. 16 then.
Mukuro,
Oh
the
god, Laura, this is
16th
like the
student,
fourth
the one
time
they
we've
watch
had
out.
seen that little bit there.
16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of the school life, so the one making all the regulations is... Did you say something?
Why are you telling us this?
Oh, well, because, like I told you, the killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know? Makes sense.
well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge?
It's so steamy.
I want to get back at that sneaky little Miss Gear, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey!
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover up a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Yoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand... Tattoo. Wait, but no, Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars, which means... it's fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh? Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap? God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. That's right. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair.
Mukuro's related to the case?
Certainly
Perhaps she's the
possible.
one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro's the killer? She killed Kyoko? And wouldn't you be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro the Ultimate Despair was the mastermind's true identity, but if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So, in other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense than to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap? They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion? That's what makes sense to me. What you say, it definitely seems possible, but if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. Find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
Let's go.
Are you coming? Hold on a second, guys. I gotta take a quick break to go grab some more water. Oh god. My throat is giving me crap, so I really gotta go grab some before I continue on. So, be right back, guys. And I'm back, and a mini fridge would certainly be lovely, amongst many other things. I wish I had, like, my own, like, separate room that I could use as, like, my, streaming studio, as it were. I'll also pick myself up a little snack, grated up some cheese to munch on. As I'm going back, well, I was off the diet for the past week and starting to get right back on it. So I'm going through, like, carb withdrawals, as it were. And I picked up the wrong controller. Okay. There's our wooden lockers here. They use wood block teeth just like at the super traditional public bathhouse. Well, I mean, it's also like I can't go all out with my screaming and yelling and stuff when with other people in the house, so I gotta keep it a bit lower key. Anyway, looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Koda, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the one that doesn't have a key fit in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? Let's probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. Locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. Arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Oh, there's something else in the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain? If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. That tape is related to the case somehow, but how could it possibly be involved? Eggs and egg carton in my room? Well, the problem is I don't like eating eggs raw, and that requires cooking, you know? I don't think that's really great for a snack. And that's all the locker has to offer for now. Something wrong?
Very strange.
Very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case, but how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. What next location? Still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir, you mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Talking about the archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We have so much time before the trial begins, let's hurry. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand, and straight to the shelf in the back. A channel egg theme? What, yeah, I get myself like a portable stove that's constantly out of boil that I toss eggs in and just reach in and eat whenever I need it. Here we go. He returned with a file in hand. Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out on the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they're a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into the enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. Yep, I'm totally savage. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded. What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields are much different from our lives here, an unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. Let anything jump out at you, this may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now you mentioned the report said something about where the name Fenrir came from, right? That's right, said Fenrir. No, said Fenrir is the wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're members of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean?
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
The time has come. What we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
Right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Oh, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together, just the two of you? What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves, he'll be here any second. Any second he could show up at any time. When I imagine what was about to happen, I immediately tense up and prepare myself, but... We stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma showed up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... Or what? Jesus! Did I scare you?
Come on.
Demand an explanation. Why did you waste our time and make me wait like that?
What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In
I'm
other
waiting for
words-
everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we?
What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you.
Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree, it's a violation. I'll arrange a punishment right now.
If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey.
I'm here and no rule's been broken. Kyoko? Kyoko, you're still alive? No, that's a ghost! Stop talking.
If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You'll need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But it's okay that there's no particular penalty for being late.
Is
I made
that
it here
right?
just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong?
You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of ya.
And now Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko!
So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right, now we gotta deal with a ghost! I told you, stop talking.
Let's
Come on,
go.
let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me! Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial's all over. And after another, everyone piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Gotta talk to the Bay. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that keyword to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's
There
right.
aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. When did you find out? Just now, I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. It took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting, but you were on the second floor of the dorms, and that's what the key if you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma. We'll go
Makoto.
over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation. Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. This time the clinking was loud enough to hurt my ears and the dread began to consume me once again. Can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of waiting, the door was opened without warning. Dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. Good God, that's scary!
Wait! I can't wait!
I've been waiting for this. It feels like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed. Let's get on with the show! So the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. So what's the new skill we got? Okay then. It certainly is Primus Ravenous, and that's basically why I'm streaming it, because gotta get the hype going for the 3rd game coming out. Well, actually, technically 4th game, but whatever.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
It is indeed!
Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
I've actually been streaming that on the weekends over on the team channels I'm a part of. It's definitely very, very different. This one time at giraffe camp.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
Yep, it's the English voices, but the English voices really aren't bad. They're actually pretty good voice actors they got for this.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's
Well,
traits to
Monokuma
the
is
traits of
voiced
the
by
dead body.
the same lady who voiced friggin' Doraemon, that was it. Doraemon for like 20 years. It would like be the equivalent of having Monokuma here being voiced by Jim Cummings in his Winnie the Pooh voice.
Her traits?
You don't want me speaking in Japanese. That proves the body doesn't belong to her. I'm pretty sure it's that. Kyoko's piercing glare.
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. If I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. Don't have any choice but to... This is the right
Kyoko
one.
there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Except the fake nails disprove that.
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated.
And you're an idiot.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
I think we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond
I
recognition.
don't think it's that.
And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do,
I
right?
think it's the tattoo to the there's nothing we can do to identify the body.
If Kyoko really... Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. And there wasn't any description... Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
We prefer
She's
no,
just
you
being
didn't.
stupid.
Although then again, we've
Ignore
seen the
them,
punishment.
Makoto.
So.
Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? You really did something that humiliating?
Why are you validating her response there, Yasuhiro?
That's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
And we compare it to the profile.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Oh god, we have to do a freaking Hangman's Gambit thing here. I really hope that the Hangman Gambit does not show up in the third game. Lord knows it was the worst minigame in the second game too.
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a last trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
Excuse me?
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba?
Thank you, Versace.
She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
Maybe it was vice versa, Versace. Maybe the Fallout guys had to pay Amazon to let the emote be on the site or
So
something.
you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Which would be Makoto and Kyoko.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
Only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Someone will have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Good job, you get a
And
cookie.
I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body.
Except they're still all wrong, as I
Oh, but
pointed out multiple times throughout
what time
this.
did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
It was 9 o'clock.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
And I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30. Okay, it looks like the game has begun. If I can't prove an alibi for that period, I just have to prove the murder doesn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. And
We've established a
of
time
course, it's going to be the
frame for
sprinklers
murder.
since those are supposed to come out at 7:30
It took place
a.m.
somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Do I use it on the 10 at night or in the 7:30?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at
Okay,
night.
we can smash the 10 o'clock at night.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened
Oh,
anywhere
yeah?
near 10 o'clock.
I just hope that getting
It had to have
Excalibur
taken
2
place
isn't on the
way
list of the
later.
trophies.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on! I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Well, I guess I could look it up
How?
myself, but still.
Are you
Although I don't
saying
like those
the
kappas.
mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean by denying the sprinkler? Are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Yes, that's entirely what he's doing.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
To prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet, all I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence and that should do it. Oh.
I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough!
crap, she didn't actually use the...
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
Okay, there we go.
Prove it. Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
If you say so.
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on.
I'm not even sure what that means, Versace.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
He was the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... I refuse to believe it! Because murdered someone that's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Who I've been talking with while wait, what? I'm not talking to anybody?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
Except Byakuya always reaches for conclusions when it comes to motives.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
And that would be the tarp we found, of course. It's kind of funny that we're actually doing something
You're
to
talking about the tarp,
destroy our own
aren't you?
argument.
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Dun dun dun. Kyoko, say that. What would you want to make me look like the killer? I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? The body.
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do some things, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. I think we're probably gonna be using body before the explosion, since that's when it was
By
bloody.
covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side.
Oh, it's probably on using it on only dirty on one side, I bet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Never mind, looks like I was wrong. It's that one.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
That was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
That's the junk.
Someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
She's from... where's the chickens? Where's the chickens? Cookie doodles!
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I don't think that's part of the problem
I
here.
wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange.
Like his body was already dead when he got stabbed.
Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh, no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Well, in that case, couldn't you have done it
Then
too?
you had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Suspicions fall back on me again, but why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that.
I was about to say.
I just remembered something super
Aoi, you better
serious.
not be agreeing with him.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
One we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Oh yeah, they were doing the scene where Kyoko found the knife and gave it to Makoto.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
The rest of you are too slow to figure that out. Couldn't be sure what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
That's a lot of percent. So now I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Yeah, then.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, and that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Okay, so we have to establish that the knife isn't what killed her.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
Hold on. Oh, okay.
If he did have that knife
I did
before,
That seals it. Just because I had it, that automatically...
well, getting stabbed is what killed
No,
her,
never mind.
right?
Oh, wait, that's right. Monokuma file said it couldn't do that.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Body was found?
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Oh, okay, I thought... Oh, no, I bet you it's the disguised dead body.
If
Claiming
he did
that
have
it was part of the
seals it.
disguise.
Just because I had that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what
Oh, son of a
there's no
bitch.
question.
Then I missed.
Took that knife...
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The The knife we found, it's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic, well...
There we go.
Stab is what...
No, that's wrong. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
That twice in the same room? No, there's no way that's possible. Monokuma file? Yep, Monokuma file.
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Byakuya, you're such a
Well, if
douche.
you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
And that is the fragments near the dead body.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine, I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. We need to concentrate. Oh, they're not giving us very many bullets for this. I think we're supposed
Then shall we continue the debate?
Use one of the others.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back
Apparently I
of her
missed that
head.
one.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Killed her. So I think we're supposed to
The
take...
victim's fatal injury has yet
We're supposed to take this and use it on the head one.
And it wasn't me.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that shows
It is
she was
it?
hit on the back of her head. Shoot!
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion
Maybe.
didn't
Well, yeah.
and it wasn't me because there's only one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wait, maybe...
Putting to the mud? That's gotta be it. There was evidence
Maybe
that
someone's to
shows
swap it. It's supposed to be hit on the back of the head to the...
Countless wounds across her
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury
Okay,
has...
that's what it is.
No, that's wrong. Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the
Ooh,
blow to
that's
the
a
back of
terrible
her head
assumption
is
to
what
make.
killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
Can we move on?
I feel the same way! Looks like we're on the same page
God.
this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
And it's the titanium arrows.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird. Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right! I'm not backtalking
Oh,
anything.
good lord, Toko.
I'm just saying what I think.
There's one more thing about that, one more secret. That's probably gonna be the bloody duct tape.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be
Ah,
too
damn it.
thin.
I missed.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon
That's the
must have
next
been.
one. There it
seems
is.
like an arrow would just be too.
No, that's wrong.
Break!
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
That seems oddly sane for you, Toko.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no. You absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Why don't you just do it already? Good lord. And of course, it's the woodblock key.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there?
Why don't I ever lock my door?
That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? What does she mean? She knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue? Could that be when? Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait, I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know?
You should know better than anyone? What does that mean?
Those words.
What was Byakuya's account? Can't remember. Oh, okay. I think we're gonna use someone else's statement on this one.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I
I
really
think
have
that's
done
the
that?
one to take.
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand. Master would never...
There's proof that
I think that's it? Yeah, that was right.
No!
Kiva would be disappointed in me? Wait, why would Kiva be disappointed in me?
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Well, my bedroom door doesn't have a lock, so I don't have to worry about that. There's a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie, but this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened because she's the killer? Is it something else? Well, there's some deeper meaning in what Kyoko said earlier. You vote for me and I die here. The mystery of the school will stay hidden forever, which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind's laid for us. Mastermind's trap. The mastermind's trying to trap Kyoko, but that's not really true. What can I do? What should I do? What should I? Mastermind's trapped. The victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do with Kyoko's lie? I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it, but who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trapped. You spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? It's like right here, right now, what? Alright, this is like, basically, if we say pursue the light, we basically get a non-standard game over and just come right back to this. So, to get to the true one, we have to just let it go. Neymar says, I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
I mentioned it from the beginning.
Lukaro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
And suddenly it's already over. I swear this is one of the shortest chapters in the game. And another A rank for us.
Now!
Oh, I think I just got an achievement for having over 999 mono coins.
Or the dreadfully wrong one? Hey, hold on! What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Man, Makoto's got an angry face going on there. Not to my knowledge. I haven't seen an S rank before. And he was freaking out there. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man. Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it. Good job, everyone. Good job? Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. You're out of order. The whole trial's out of order. It makes sense. Oh, the word that's supposed to be pronounced there. It's the same as always, just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. Time for your health-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Oh my, he was going nuts out there. He doesn't agree with the trial either. And if you did pick to pursue the why, you would get an alternate killing scene here with Kyoko getting, well, punished here. Suddenly Alter Ego to the rescue. I don't know why Alter Ego is willing to save Makoto, but will not actually save Kyoko during her version of this. I don't know why! I think Alter Ego would want to save her too.
What's this? What's going on?
What's that? Yeah, it had to be! Alter Ego.
Alter Ego? Is that some stupid virus from that stupid guy? I must have planted it when he invaded my network! Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this!
It would seem...
Seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What was that?
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing, it was a pinch, an itch! The stupid virus is gone now, got it, and so is Makoto! Maybe you didn't get smashed and flat, but you're never gonna see him again! To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit is a way better, though in a way that's an even better special punishment! But it's still not enough, I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you, bring despair to the entire world! Is he gone? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time.
In
No,
other
it's
words,
the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you
What
say?
are you talking about?
so...
You'll understand soon enough, very soon indeed. And suddenly we have Makoto narration. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in the bustling urban area. Like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It's built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way it is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school, filled with the ultimate students, was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. Wouldn't it be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing to sleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Ugh. Fine, I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This is some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in, but that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in here till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. After what my good friend went through to save me, I remember all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friends. And with that, my pursuit for survival began. First, let's start looking for a way out of here. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. Plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. I'm gonna be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea. Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. Still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. Never give up. Never surrender. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My body was deep and my sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, Fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarred me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Something fell down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? A giant piece of trash just fall down here? Carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude! Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
And she's got friggin' ramen cup on top of her head. Kyoko?
Indeed.
Like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. Glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Ooh, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not! After all, the fact that I can still keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, then it's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
Pay a debt. Or no, to atone. Atone? During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. Oh, I thought that was going to be voice. I abandoned you. Fantasy 15 sold the cup ramen sponsorship. No, don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other
is
words...
that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to the Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. Do you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. Once? Until
I...
recently, I've forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... No... Oh. Yeah, it's the whole amnesia thing. Then, is it really true they lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? First thing, you're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Looking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that point I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. What would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because... I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. Why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my abilities, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. The mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean... Somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But what if you say it's true? Wouldn't that... Now, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus... there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us? If you believe that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her, in which case it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. Why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just my intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
And now I still trust you, you know? Just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
No, I never asked for your help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all this investigating on your own, so how did that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I'm finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Ultimate detective?
Correct.
The reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy is someone I had to find here in the school. I had to find someone who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why'd you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other
I was
words...
separated from him as a child. As it turned out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Yoko's dad. Is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains... An alter ego told us how we thought the headmaster was involved. Find a way, huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster no matter the cost.
So...
Yoko, what's going on?
I...
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. Makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
Listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. Only so what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. And what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. Only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. Why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have put some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
That's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. We went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school I'm in? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important and really ominous.
However...
Oh. I have no idea. It has to do with Mukuro Kusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Let's be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. No, you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Kusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
They stole that key and disappeared in retaliation. They wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. I mean, because of the school regulations.
That's right.
Exactly. Yes, we know that rule.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. Hey. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Kusaba. What's that? There's a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. Wait. Okay, could have been you, Makoto. Could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps, the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this. So that's how Detective Conan always ends up around dead bodies. Or any other detective in any crime show.
Anyway...
This is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had some sense of dread. I looked down the stairs. I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Indeed, that isn't Sherlock. Whoever the mass assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. Yeah, I watched Detective Conan. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wants to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
Right, that is a contradiction. It's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other
Is it
words,
the mastermind's the one who's been cornered? Huh? Just
Makoto.
a little more. A little more, I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? I've watched over 400 episodes. I think I'm in the 500s. It's been a while since I binge watched on it, but I'm pretty far in it. There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not? If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to indicate whoever caused that event. Oh. Yeah, it does have over 800 episodes, and it's still going on now. We're talking about what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Tragedy, whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair? Despicable group whose only purpose and motivation come from despair, then they're, make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that's forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Yeah, I think episode 862 came out like last Saturday. To be continued. Well, we got ourselves a rocket. And as usual, that's what we're going to be calling it here. So turn in next time, everybody, for the final reveals. What was the tragedy? Who is the mastermind? What are their plans? Tune in next time to find out. Same Rion time, same Rion channel.